I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career. I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress.
People are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out.
I no longer have Mr. Daniels' number. And what I would do is have the conversation publicly. Because what you've shown me is our private conversations, once you get public, it becomes something different.
So it looks like Oprah and Tyler Perry are catching some heat again. And this time, it's not Dave Chappelle stirring things up. It's Monique and Ice Cube. They've been speaking out, saying these high-profile folks team up on some shady stuff, but it hasn't gotten much attention until now. But now it seems like the tide might be turning in their favor. Ice Cube, whose real name is O'Shea Jackson, candidly revealed that he also allegedly faced obstacles in the past due to his views. He apparently asserted that both The View and Oprah's shows declined to have him as a guest during the promotional period of his successful film Barbershop, and while producing the show Black, White. Interestingly, he noted that the entire cast of each of those shows was invited to Oprah's show on 2 separate occasions, but he personally was not extended an invitation. This experience led him to believe that his views might have played a role in being excluded from certain forums and opportunities in the entertainment industry. Ice Cube meant that he is apparently not welcome on Oprah Winfrey's platform anymore. According to the West Coast icon, he was not even seen in any of her new interviews. He said, "I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View. A few of the hosts just really didn't like where I was coming from. That's what I was told by the producers. I don't know if it was the producers who were just copping out and using some of the hosts to have me not explain myself. I've been there before. It's just when I've become an independent thinker. I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess." For many years, Ice Cube has been vocal about his issues with the legendary talk show host. Back in 2006, he openly spoke about the matter to FHM magazine, addressing the situation with the cast of Barbershop. He said, "For Barbershop, she had Cedric the Entertainer and Yvonne, but I wasn't invited. She's had damn RCM and lying authors on her show. And if I'm not a rags to riches story for her, who is?" In addition to Ice Cube, other rappers like Ludacris and 50 Cent have also called out Oprah Winfrey in the past, accusing her of being anti-hip-hop. In his book, Hustle Harder, 50 Cent also revealed that Gayle King once confronted him over the negative comments he had made about Oprah Winfrey over the years. Cent wrote in a since-deleted Instagram post, "Gayle is the real deal, a very sophisticated, secure, and smart lady. She's never afraid of a situation, so she marched right up to me and basically said, 'Why you talking S about my girl?'" However, during the interview with Tucker, the conversation took a seriously controversial turn as Ice Cube delved into how he believes Black Hollywood elites allegedly treat their own Black artists like modern-day slaves. He expressed his concerns about the industry's dynamics, suggesting that these elites might be complicit in pushing back Black artists through their influence on the media. He also shared a video in which the rapper can be seen talking directly to the camera, going on a lengthy rant about feeling disconnected from the elites and gatekeepers in showbiz and sports. While it's not explicitly clear who he's referring to, it seems he's expressing his frustration with certain figures in the industry. Ice Cube allegedly declared that he is not a part of the mainstream crowd, nor does he aspire to be. He goes on to explain that this resistance to conforming to mainstream expectations has sparked frustration among those on the inside. Additionally, it appears that Cube's words may extend to the realm of politics. He makes a reference to his contract with Black America, a proposal he presented before the 2020 presidential race.
Chris, your lead-ins are a little misleading.
How so?
Well, the Platinum Plan is not my plan. I came up with the contract with Black America.
The rapper revealed that he had reached out to both Democrats and Republicans regarding his contract with Black America. However, he shared that the Democrats informed him they would have to wait until after the election, apparently meaning not giving deserved value to the Black lives.
I came up with the contract with Black America, and I didn't run to go work with any campaign. Both campaigns contacted me.
In the aftermath of his political involvement, Ice Cube expressed that certain Hollywood and political elites have been deliberately obstructing him and causing obstacles due to his stance. Despite the challenges he had faced, Cube claimed that he is resolute and determined to overcome these hurdles. He made it clear by sending a message to handlers like Oprah that he isn't deterred by the backlash and is steadfast in his commitment to stand by his beliefs and push forward with his vision. Over the course of several years, Hollywood has faced widespread criticism for its role in perpetuating various stereotypes that significantly shape the public's perception of Black individuals. This period saw the emergence of a debate suggesting that limited opportunities within the entertainment industry often forced Black artists to accept stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their careers and livelihoods. While the entertainment industry has not yet achieved full racial equality, contemporary performers do possess a certain degree of agency over their choices. What remains intriguing in the context of these modern figures is their apparent willingness to take on cross-dressing roles, with Kevin Hart's name being particularly notable in this regard.
Pope Conventionate is lifting her arms into her signature muscle man pose.
Many individuals have expressed their opposition to witnessing more instances of Black men in dresses, arguing that this phenomenon has reached its saturation point. They contend that our society is already influenced by numerous factors that may undermine the perception of Black men's masculinity, and there's no need to further contribute to these forces in any way.
Things happen that can possibly affect your brand. Your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So, protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
It is indeed disheartening that we are opposed to witnessing further instances of Black men in dresses. This phenomenon seems to have reached its limit, and our society already grapples with numerous factors that can undermine the perception of Black men's masculinity.
I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you gotta know that you're a brand.
Over an extended period, Hollywood played a leading role in perpetuating a variety of regrettable stereotypes that ultimately influenced the perception of Black individuals for a significant portion of the population. During this period, a debate emerged, suggesting that due to the limited opportunities in the entertainment industry, Black artists often felt compelled to take on stereotypical roles as a means of sustaining their livelihoods. Even fans have their vows on this. One of them wrote, "I saw all this as it happened with the 13 in Hollywood. It was clear to me when I had a very commercially appealing daughter that wanted to go to Hollywood very young. The Lord informed me to deny her want because the industry would ultimately ruin her life. It's a shame this hasn't gone viral. Thanks for exposing this hurtful, harmful, sinful, and damaging entity and community." Another one added, "This can go on both sides. Because of how Hollywood forces Black men to be in dresses, because it's funny, they can stress them out and make the Black man look like a joke. Also for trans women who actually struggle with coming out to be treated like joke. This is F up. You gotta ask people and not peer pressuring them into doing something they don't feel comfortable with. I know comedy and dark humor, but it's messed up if it's for mocking." And Monique has also talked about how she has been treated in the industry. Monique has disclosed startling details about how Lee Daniels has allegedly assisted Tyler Perry in undermining fellow artists, including herself.
Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and Black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry.
Clearly, Monique is on a mission to reveal some intriguing information, and her latest focus is none other than Tyler Perry. Speculation suggests that she is gearing up to share insights into why Tyler Perry could potentially outshine Diddy when it comes to airing laundry. We're all familiar with the scandalous stories surrounding Diddy and the accusations regarding his interactions with women. So, if someone is hinting that the esteemed filmmaker and producer Tyler Perry might surpass Diddy in that aspect, it's undoubtedly a significant revelation. If you're eager to learn the juicy details and understand how Tyler Perry could potentially outdo Diddy, brace yourself for what promises to be a truly eye-opening revelation. A few months back, Monique took center stage at the Apollo Theater, expressing her thoughts on Tyler Perry, director Lee Daniels, and Oprah Winfrey. Alleging that they had effectively blacklisted her from Hollywood, the Oscar-winning actress candidly addressed the strained relationships with Perry, Daniels, and Winfrey during her comedy routine. Reflecting on her role in Daniels' 2010 film Precious, she asserted that since then, she has only been involved in 4 films, attributing this limited opportunity to what she describes as their concerted efforts to sideline her. It's worth noting that she initially disclosed being blacklisted by this trio back in 2015. 2015. Daniels, in response, told The Hollywood Reporter that Monique is a creative force to be reckoned with. Her demands through Precious were not always in line with the campaign. This soured her relationship with the Hollywood community, the filmmaker said. I consider her a friend. I have and will always think of her for parts that we can collaborate on. However, the consensus among the creative teams and powers thus far were to go another way with these roles. Monique continued to spill more tea during her Apollo set, expressing that, in her perspective, the term blackballed doesn't quite encapsulate the situation as she sees it. What is that black D connected to? That black man? So no, I was not blackballed. I was whiteballed by some black D who have no balls. Thank you, Mr. Lee Daniels. Thank you, Mr. Tyler Perry. Thank you, Miss Oprah Winfrey, she said. See, I know they like to say, Monique, you talk too MF much. It would K me not to say the real shit. You are not paying me equally. You are not treating me fairly, so you can suck my D if I had one. In 2009, Monique had a plan to embark on a press tour for the movie Precious, co-produced by Oprah and Tyler Perry, to leverage the momentum of her Oscar nomination buzz. However, the catch was that they didn't intend to compensate her for the tour, and she was already fatigued from filming. Faced with this situation, Monique opted to skip the tour and take a much-needed break with her family. Initially, it seemed like a straightforward decision, and everyone seemed fine with it. I said, Oprah, I'm doing a talk show. I'm doing a comedy tour. I have a husband, and I have babies. I have a little bit of downtime, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So I'm not going anywhere because I'm not obligated to go anywhere. I've done my part, Monique recounted. So we mutually agreed to disagree. That was it. Next thing I know, I am considered difficult and hard to work with. A few weeks later, media stories surfaced portraying Monique as difficult to work with. Despite winning an Oscar for her role in Precious, she found herself suddenly undesirable in the eyes of the industry. It was disheartening to witness the potential consequences of her hard work unraveling. Monique, connecting the dots, began to realize that someone was intentionally working against her. In a recent conversation with The Hollywood Reporter, she disclosed that Precious director Lee Daniels acknowledged that she was blacklisted for not conforming to industry norms. Monique has since called out Oprah and Tyler Perry, seeking an apology that remains elusive. After the press tour debacle, Monique revealed on Comedy Central about Oprah inviting Monique's brother Gerald and her parents to her show. The backstory is that Monique's brother had SA her when she was between the ages of 7 and 11, a matter she had been open about in a 2008 interview with Essence. Monique had confided in Oprah about her strained relationship with her parents due to the A, and Oprah appeared to be understanding. Monique mentioned that she was okay with Oprah inviting Gerald but didn't want to be a part of it. However, during the taping, Monique was blindsided by seeing commercials featuring her family. Oprah had seemingly gone back on her word, pretending to be caring. Monique demanded an apology, but Oprah offered nothing. No private apology, no public apology, nothing. As of today, Monique is still waiting for that apology. The fact that Oprah and Tyler Perry are buddies doesn't make the situation any better. Opinions are divided. Some believe she's just stirring up drama, while others think Perry and the gang owe her an apology. Monique undeniably has significant issues with Tyler, and she's not mincing her words. There's a rumor circulating that she's set on revealing all of his secrets. Given her extensive experience in the industry, it's not surprising that she might have some inside information. Tyler Perry has unquestionably left a lasting mark, ascending to prominence within the Atlanta theater scene and garnering box office success with his Medea series. Nevertheless, Perry's journey has been marred by controversy. There have been speculations that his ego grew to the extent of causing conflicts, even with influential figures like Oprah. In the competitive realm of Hollywood, progress often comes with hurdles and occasionally involves questionable tactics, and it appears that Tyler Perry might not be immune to this pattern.
And when I'm hearing all this noise, man, it was crazy because there were no black people on television. Before diversity became a thing, Tyler Perry was the only one out there for a long time.
Tyler Perry, following his box office success, he ventured into television with the well-received sitcom House of Pain. However, a controversy surfaced during negotiations for a lucrative syndication deal and a spin-off series titled Meet the Browns. According to Deadline, Perry allegedly dismissed 4 writers who were seeking union contracts, leading to a contentious situation in the industry. Writer Terry Jackson expressed dissatisfaction, stating, "We were good enough to create over 100 episodes, but now when it comes to reaping the benefits of the show being syndicated and having other spin-offs from it, he decides to let us go unless we accept a horrible offer. In response to the dispute, Tyler Perry claimed full authorship, stating that he personally writes everything. However, his issues with unions extended beyond the writer's room. In 2015, actor unions SAG-AFTRA and Actors Equity took action by prohibiting their members from participating in Perry's stage play, Medea on the Run, due to his production company's refusal to sign union contracts. While Perry may be motivated by a focus on maximizing profits, his methods have not garnered unanimous approval within the industry.
There's a camera on you, baby.
There's a camera on me right now?
Back behind you.
Oh, hello, praise the Lord. We'd like to tell everybody in Dallas that we are on our way. Thank you.
Following the success of House of Pain and Meet the Browns, African-American journalist and cultural critic Jamilah Lemieux penned an open letter to Tyler Perry, which NPR published. In her letter, Lemieux conveyed her discomfort with Perry's utilization of stereotypes in his work. She wrote, "Through her, the country has laughed at one of the most important members of the Black community, Mother Dear, the beloved matriarch. I just can't quite get with seeing Mother Dear played by a 6'3" man with prosthetic flopping in the wind. Our mothers and grandmothers deserve much more than that. Heck, our fathers and grandfathers deserve more. Mr. Perry, you have told the Hollywood old guard to kiss your backside, and I appreciate that, brother. But many Black folks have expressed some of the very same attitudes about your work that white critics have." Acclaimed film director Spike Lee is among the notable figures who have criticized Tyler Perry for his use of stereotypical characters in his work. Lee is well known for openly addressing and expressing concerns about this issue with Perry's portrayals in his films and productions.
But I still think there a lot of stuff that's on today is coonery and buffoonery. And I know it's making a lot of money.
Spike Lee continued to express his viewpoint, suggesting that, in his eyes, the inclusion of stereotypical characters in movies, including those by Tyler Perry, was contributing to breaking records. Lee emphasized his belief that the industry could aim for improvement by avoiding biased and nonsensical films that featured designated, one-dimensional characters.
Breaking records, but we could do better.
Tyler Perry's casting choices and character portrayals have become subjects of discussion among viewers, prompting conversations about his business strategy. Some critics argue that Perry often casts dark-skinned actors in villainous roles while portraying lighter-skinned individuals as heroes in his movies and shows. This perception has sparked discussions and debates within his audience concerning issues of representation and the perpetuation of stereotypes in his storytelling.
Pitiful Black woman being abused by a no-good, dark-skinned man, and then saved and rescued by the perfect light-skinned man.
During an event, Chris Rock drew attention to a recurring theme in Tyler Perry's movies, highlighting the limited portrayal of kind and respectful black-skinned boyfriends in Perry's films. Rock supported his statement by referencing Tupac Shakur, suggesting that Perry's films could benefit from offering a broader range of character representation, including more diverse and positive depictions of black men. Rock humorously remarked, "Tupac might be a political leader if he was alive, but then again, Tupac might be in a Tyler Perry movie right now, so you don't know. Tupac might be the bad, dark-skinned boyfriend and the Tyler Perry movie." Chris Rock's point underscored Tupac's iconic status as a highly renowned and popular rapper during his time. Rock expressed the belief that if Tupac were given the opportunity to appear in a Tyler Perry movie, there would be a minimal chance that he would be cast as a heroic character based on Perry's Tupac's. This observation by Rock highlights the critique of limited character diversity in Perry's films, particularly concerning the representation of black men. He further jokingly added, "I would hope he's a senator, but he might be kicking Jill Scott down a flight of stairs. In Tyler Perry movies, there's always okay." Chris Rock and Spike Lee share a perspective that underscores concerns about certain prominent movies potentially attaining success due to what they perceive as biased casting and storytelling choices made by Tyler Perry. Both Rock and Lee have criticized the impact of such ideologies on the film industry.
You know, are we going back to Mantan Moreland and sleep and eat?
Yet, if those films, we're talking about Tyler Perry at this point.
Upon deeper exploration of the entertainment industry, it becomes evident that colorism is a pervasive issue within this domain. Hollywood in recent times has faced substantial criticism, often fueled by media campaigns featuring hashtags that rapidly spread from Twitter to television news. It can be argued that Harvey Weinstein, a convicted SO, was among the first high-profile figures to attract negative attention to the industry. In 2017, a multitude of SA allegations surfaced, exposing the darker facets of Hollywood's culture culture.
There's a new documentary that is all about the dark side of Hollywood and how some power players allegedly use their positions to prey on young aspiring actors.
In the aftermath of the #Me Too movement controversy, Hollywood experienced a series of scandals. Comedian Kevin Hart, for instance, resigned as the Oscars host in 2019 due to the resurfacing of past homophobic tweets. Concurrently, the #Oscars So White campaign emerged, advocating for increased diversity in the Oscars and greater recognition of individuals from marginalized communities. As a result, Hollywood's reputation has been significantly tarnished, transforming the once illustrious Walk of Fame into what could be described as an uninspiring walk of shame, lacking the stars that once adorned its path.
Kevin Hart has stepped down from hosting this year's Oscars. He put out a statement on Twitter tonight saying, "I have made the choice to step down."
On a February afternoon in 1940s America, actress Hattie McDaniel achieved a historic milestone by winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress in the 1940 film Gone with the Wind. Her victory was groundbreaking, making her the first African American to receive this prestigious film award. However, the celebration of her win was bittersweet, as the stark reality unfolded that she would be segregated from the rest of the attendees at an Oscar ceremony that effectively operated as a whites-only event. Instead of being a joyous celebration, this event was marked more by segregation than jubilation, highlighting the racial challenges prevalent in that era.
I sincerely hope I shall always be a credit to my race and to the motion picture industry. My heart is too full to tell you just how I feel.
80 years later, the film industry still grapples with a persistent form of discrimination, despite some progress towards increased diversity. The 2020 Oscar ceremony was tainted by racial controversies, a sadly familiar narrative for both viewers and industry participants. Notable snubs, such as the omission of Lupita Nyong'o for her outstanding performance in the 2019 film Us, serve as poignant examples of this ongoing issue.
And the Oscar goes to Lupita Nyong'o.
In contemporary times, discriminatory patterns have surfaced in the realm of movies and television, with Tyler Perry serving as a noteworthy illustration. This bias is increasingly noticeable, particularly within Perry's cinematic works, where actors with darker skin tones are consistently assigned roles as antagonists. A striking example is evident in Steve Harris's portrayal of Charles McCarter in one of Tyler Perry's iconic films, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Despite Charles being a successful lawyer, the character is depicted as far from an ideal husband. To the surprise of his wife Helen, Charles reveals the existence of another woman in his life and proceeds to mistreat her, ultimately leading to Helen's eviction from their home.
You don't see it?
No.
You ain't good for nothing. Find my bank statement and get the accountant on the phone. Then call Calvin and tell him to get over here and you can leave.
Blair Underwood portrayed the character Carlos in one of his movies. Carlos is depicted as a controlling investment banker who exercises dominance and control over his girlfriend in the film. Blair Underwood, renowned for his role in LA Law, has been a significant presence in Hollywood for more than 4 decades. Commencing his career in the 1980s, Underwood has navigated through various phases as a black actor in the industry. Recently, he offered valuable insights into the early stages of his career, shedding light on a pivotal encounter with the Oscar-winning actor Sidney Poitier.
And of course, this is what the kids are now calling a Blassic movie. Black classic movie. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute?
I hadn't heard that. I like that. A Blassic movie.
A Blassic.
Okay.
In the 1980s, the presence of black faces on screen was notably scarce, and the available roles were frequently confined to limited and stereotypical portrayals, offering little diversity for black TV viewers. Blair Underwood personally experienced these challenges. Alongside Denzel Washington, he emerged as a prime example of black male representation on both television and in film during that era, garnering praise and recognition for their noteworthy contributions.
You know, these 4 black women in the hood, and like now we're gonna do girls in the hood, and there was a little pushback. Like why they only want to see us as slaves or in the hood and Hollywood.
The challenges posed by limited and stereotypical roles for black actors appeared to persist into the 1990s. Blair Underwood reflected on this era, noting that virtually every black actor and actress in Hollywood, regardless of their name recognition or skill level, encountered a landscape where they were auditioning for the same roles. This underscored the industry's lack of diverse opportunity 1970s, showcasing a systemic issue that persisted during that period.
I've been a history buff like most of my life. I love history.
You do?
I don't know a lot about history, but I love.
A discernible trend in Tyler Perry's movies and shows involves the depiction of negative characters who engage in abusive behavior towards women, raising significant concerns and prompting objections from many. This pattern is notable in shows like Bruh and Sistas. Criticism related to colorism has been directed towards Tyler Perry's film A Fall from Grace. The movie follows the journey of Grace Waters, portrayed by Crystal Fox, as she seeks love after a distressing experience with her ex-husband's infidelity. However, as she becomes involved with her new husband, played by Mehcad Brooks, she discovers dark secrets about him. Grace's vulnerability takes a dark turn, leading to accusations of murder and fraud, ultimately resulting in her incarceration. While the film explores themes such as love, betrayal, and consequences, it has faced criticism related to colorism.
When you wake up, you don't know that today will be the day to change your life.
Grace, please tell me what happened.
Black comedians, akin to actors, voiced dissatisfaction with Perry. Many black comedians have incorporated cross-dressing into their comedic routines over the years to elicit laughter. This choice involves juxtaposing their authoritative presence with the comedic portrayal of them donning dresses and heels. While this approach generates comedic moments, it also gives rise to nuanced implications. Dave Chappelle, delving into the issue, commented on the ramifications of using cross-dressing as a comedic device within this context.
When I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, these brothers gotta wear a dress.
During a recent appearance on Oprah's show, comedian Dave Chappelle posed a thought-provoking query. He contemplated the pattern observed among accomplished black male entertainers who have, at different stages of their careers, embraced cross-dressing as part of their performances.